Hello and welcome back to Maria's DIY World. I am back in Valdemar's room and I have to do something about this corner over here. I definitely have some lamps to remove and his desk used to be over here and yeah. So yeah, I have to paint this wall and as you can see, I haven't painted up against the trim because I have the stupidest trim in the world. And that's why you saw me change it in the bedroom and in my entrance room. So if you look, you can look up underneath it. It has a weird shape. And I never really succeeded in painting it nicely. So I was really happy when ROLLINGDOG sent me a new set of paintbrushes. Because I really want to try this paintbrush out because I have seen other YouTubers use it and I think it might be the answer to my problems. So I'm sitting here playing around with it because, you know, I really wanted to go up there and I don't want to do it if I paint on the trim because I can tell that when I bought this house there was so much paint on all the trim around the ceiling because apparently I'm not the only one who can't figure out how to tape it off correctly and then paint, and I'm really hoping this is the answer to my prayers. So it can go really flat. So I'm really excited to see if I can go and get up there and if I can do it without putting tape up there. Probably not, but I am going to try because it's impossible to tape it as well. So let's see how I do. And there were two paintbrushes in the set. This one is pointy. So I'm excited to test that out as well. I'm not an expert on painting stuff and you have heard me complain so many times and I have found out that having the right gear, the right tools is just so important. I also got this one, which I'm really excited about. I'm not going to use it in this vlog though, because it's a trim puller and I'm not pulling out any trim, but there's been so many times where I pulled out trim and I am going to pull out trim again, but it's such a hassle pulling out trim. And then it has this nail puller as well. Remember how Valdemar and I were really struggling getting the nails out as well? It has one right here. So I'm really excited to use that later, coming up in a video near you. You know what you can use a trim pull bar for as well? The next task. Because I have all these nails nailed in this wire. Let's just pull it out. Since I'm not pulling out the trim, I might just as well play with it. It has a thick rubber thing, but it works anyway. Oh my goodness, look at that. Valdemar didn't get the tape off. That works too. But if I was to pull the trim, look how easily it would go down behind here. I don't want to pull my trim though, but look at that. All right, enough goofing around with my new trim puller. It's just so exciting to get new toys because they're not tools to me, they're toys. I'm gonna get my paint stuff ready and see if that cut-in paintbrush can do the job. All right, let's start out easy. Oh, look at that. That looks good. Nice and sharp. Let's put it to the test. Let me just see how we do on the paint down here. All right. It's a very textured wall. All right, I'm getting up there. Ooh. I'm not touching the trim. It's a very textured wall, so it's very unforgiving. Wow. It's tedious work, but that's because the wall is so textured. Oh, just look at that. I'm not painting on the trim. I'm pleased. This is really tedious work, but I'm getting the hang of it. So it's really nice to have a really good paintbrush that really, and it's really lightweight as well. But this wall is just so rough and textured. So I just have to be patient. All right, I am more than halfway done. I got that corner done. And I'm so glad that I had the right tools for it. So thank you to ROLLINGDOG for sending me this paintbrush, because that made it so much easier. And I just realized that it didn't drip at any point. I have a paintbrush I use when I paint ceilings, and I have to stop pretty fast because it just runs off. So this is good. If you want to get a hold of these amazing tools, go check out the links in my description below. I hardly have any paint left, so I'm actually nervous if I can cover the entire wall. There are all these bumps and dents, and some of them are really deep, and it's kind of hard to get the paint in there. But I'm almost there. So why don't I use a bigger roller? Well, because I don't have that much paint, and if I use a roller that is nappier, then all the paint will just disappear into the roller. So I'm doing it like this. But I am done. So I finally pulled off the 2 cup holders. So now I'm going to mix some concrete and fill in the holes. It's Valdemar's birthday today, and he's having a gamer experience with his cousins and Emolina. So I'm trying not to bother them. Oh, it's too wet. I need to put more concrete in here. All right, I got it mixed. And I'll go and fill in the holes now, and I will take you along, but you will have to excuse the noise from the boys because they are talking about their game. It's getting really hard to, now that he has his computer and he's playing on it, and it can't really be moved like earlier where he could just take his phone or iPad and leave the room. It's really hard to work in there, and you know, the background noises from him and his friends. So, you know, it's his room, so we just have to live with it.
Hvis du kan se noget mad, og du har plads til det, så bare tag det. Ja, jeg ved det godt, vi har en del. Jeg tror også, vi er sådan ved at... Hvis vi så er politiet, vi siger bare, at... er der overhovedet politi? Venlig, der har været en noob.
Well, I think that turned out pretty well.
Jeg var faktisk lige ved det, den har faktisk nok sagt.
Well, let's see what it looks like when it's dry.
Men det er fordi, jeg ved, hvordan man kan få den. Har du egentlig joinet en hel del grupper for nyligt? Så når du joiner en hel masse grupper, Alfred, Okay. Så kan I alle sammen få en bazooka, det er godt. Helt ned.
So it's Valdemar's birthday today, and I want to show you something that he got. This sign that has to go on the wall. He also got new bed sheets, which is good because the old ones are Lego Batman, so it was about time.
Du skal bare huske, du skal stole ikke på nogen andre end dig. Altså bare sige til.
So Valdemar's room really just needs a fresh coat of paint on the rest of the walls as well, but I don't have the paint. So I'm going to do a little experiment, cause what if I can make the paint? Cause I already, or mix the paint. Cause I already did that earlier and I had a great success doing that. That was what I did when I did my own bedroom. So I have this paint. And when you look at it, you are like, yeah, white paint. But you know, except that it's not, because I did buy this and I needed to, it's a grayish tone and I wanted a grayish tone in my living room. And then when I painted it, it had like a purplish undertone. I don't know if you can see it. It's dried up. This is dried paint from inside the can. A bucket, and it has this, it kind of looks, I don't know, can you see it? It has this purple undertone. And since this is a paint that I don't want to use, and it's just standing around, I don't have anything to lose if I try and change the color of the paint. The catch is I still want it to be white-ish. So this might go totally wrong. It might work, I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking if it has a reddish, purplish undertone, that maybe I should try and add green, because red is one primary color and green has blue and yellow in it. And then maybe it will cancel each other out. Or I will change the paint into very light green. So this is a paint that I successfully mixed last time. You can see it in here in my wall, on my wall in my bedroom. And actually also on here. And I'm thinking if it was a success last time, it will be a success again, of course. Yeah. So my daughter said, maybe you should mix in a small container first to check if it works. And she's so smart, so I'm going to do that. I don't know though if I will be able to do that, because I am going for a very small amount of paint. That's really just the tip of it. But I don't want to make sage green or anything. I just want to see what happens if I add green to it. So far, nothing. Well, I guess I'm committed now to changing the color in his room, because now I'm doing paint samples on the wall. And you can actually see the color difference on the wall. Wow, I didn't think I could see. Wow, now you can really tell. I'm waiting for daylight because it's still very dark outside to make the final decision. But wow, you can really tell. I'm really trying not to block the light here. This one screams purple. I don't know if you can see it. This one is way more grayish. That's my new sample and that's the bucket. If this works yet again, then I have turned a disaster to a success, because I was so bummed when I paid for that paint and painted it and I didn't like it. Fingers crossed. Alright, so as I'm trying to be patient here and wait for that to dry and make a decision on dry paint, yeah, I also tested over here, as you can see. I have given this fusing all these colors together a lot of thought. And I think maybe I came up with some kind of a solution. Because he does have this little bookcase that I made out of a leftover OSB. I do have more OSB, so I thought I would make at least a couple of shelves. You know, those gallery shelves, picture frame shelves. And a couple, 3 maybe. No, actually 3. I wish I could make more, but 3 cabinet doors for his little bookshelves. So he has these 2 of these, and it's a mess right now. And I have 3 doors for inserts. I took the rest of the insert off. Now I only have the doors, but I do have the hinges. So I thought I would make 3 new inserts with 3 OSB doors on to just fuse that all together and make a cool room. So that's the task for today. So the paint is dry, and I don't think I will gain a whole lot more daylight now because it's 10 o'clock. It's just so gray today. So I'm relying on the light from inside. I like it. It's more gray than purple now, which is what I was going for. So let's just mix it. So when I mixed my sample, it was just such a tiny bit that I have no idea what the ratios are. So I'm just, you know, going for it. I have a tablespoon here. It might be too much. It might be too little. We'll just have to see. Okay, let's test and see if we're close enough. So this is the spot. It's definitely not this color yet, but will it dry up and be that color? We'll have to wait and see. It's dry. And it looks darker than this, but this is a thicker layer, so I think I'll be good. It's not purple any longer, and that's the important part. So now I can paint. Well, that was easy. And if only that was the truth. It takes time. And behind the scenes, I am not done. I need to move that wardrobe. It is heavy, but I'll get to it eventually. I'm about to have this board. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot on the table. So I'm really just hoping for the best here. Let's just add a lot of pressure. Not. It worked. I am about to do the gallery shelves, and I don't want to waste material, so I'm just trying to use all of it and every little piece that I have. So those 2 pieces will be the back piece of the 2 new shelves. So I'm just using this one I got from, it's from IKEA, but I found it in, oh, it's falling off, in the local thrift store. So I'm just kind of, you know, using that as a template, some kind of, or just inspiration, because I'm not using the exact measurements. I'm just really looking at it for inspiration. So OSB can get really rough when you cut it, but with a little bit of sanding you can actually make them pretty smooth, so you won't get splinters. So sanding is just such a mess. I'm cutting all of the pieces to 60, so this is just about how much I'm cutting off. So I'm really not wasting a whole lot here. And I am making 4 shelves instead of 2 because I have enough material, so that makes sense. Let's see if we can nail and glue now at all the pieces. Okay. Perfect measurement. Let's nail that in, not too close to my fingers. This table is missing a foot. It's driving me crazy. Perfect. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. I almost lost a finger again. Don't keep your fingers near this. That one has to be pulled out. So let me just do this again. All right, that was the first one. Perfect. Okay, let's leave that to dry. All right, 4 shelves. Almost ready to be mounted. I'm going to bring them inside to dry because it's rather cold outside, so I don't know how well the glue is going to do. So let me just bring them inside. I am getting ready to cut the door fronts. I do, however, still not have quite a plan for how to build the inserts, but I am cutting the door fronts. Okay. Here we go. 3 times. Yeah. So my Sunday didn't quite go as planned, so I didn't get done what I wanted to get done this weekend. But I turned it into a vlog, so that will be coming next weekend. So there will be a little break in Valdemar's room makeover. I hope you will understand. So tune in next time to see, how I've solved that. And thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm ready with the next one. Well, I am ready with the next one, but you want to see that. Have a nice day. Make sure to check out the links in my description below for more details on these products from Rolling Dog.